I'm going to tell you another story about Thelma and the bald Phillip with a brain disorder. Um, Phillip has a brain disorder, and if you do this and squeak his head, he can't feel it. I mean, I don't know how he can't feel it, but he just can't. I mean, I don't get it at all. But it's really cool because I did it at the mall and I squeaked his head. And for the last story, I'll sum it up. Thelma chased me down and knocked me out. Police couldn't do anything to her. I thought they were in a deserted island or something. I didn't give a crap. But they're not. Okay, I'm going to tell my story now. Well, I was at Kroger. It's the best store ever. And I saw a sign that said, the Avon lady will be here selling Avon the following day. So I'm like, oh yes, it's selling Avon. I was so excited. I love Avon. Avon's the best. Not really. Anyway, it was a sale, so I wanted it. So I took the opportunity. So I get up early to go to the Avon sale at the Kroger, the local Kroger. And I get there and I guess they hadn't set up yet. I went in there and I asked the manager where the Avon lady was with the Avon sale. He said she'll be here at 8. I was there at 6 o'clock, ready to be the first customer. So now I got to do something for 2 hours. So I go back and I go to the deli and I look at the cakes. I asked the lady if I could draw on a cake, but she said no. That would just be a waste of their supplies, and that I wouldn't allow back in the kitchen. So we got in this big argument about not letting me back in the kitchen. And I don't know, she was really mean to me. She was just mean to me, and I don't know. She yelled at me a few times and told me if I didn't leave the deli that she was going to get me thrown out of the whole store, and I love Kroger, so I didn't want to get thrown out of there. I knew that. So I just walked around and I knocked over a rack of chips, but I didn't mean it. The manager came and asked me if I would help him pick it up, and I said okay. But when I was helping him pick up the chips, I knocked over like a big tower of Pepsi, and I busted a few of them, and I had to pay for that. I busted like 14 of them. Ended up having to pay like $100 and some. I busted a lot. I don't know how many I busted, but it was like $115, $150, $135, $210. I don't remember. That's not important. So I was just bored. I didn't know what to do. I was looking for the Avon lady at the Kroger. So I went up to where they had the games up front, and I spent like $80, and I still didn't win that teddy bear. So I sat down and cried. And after all that, there was still an hour and a half left. I had just spent 30 minutes doing all that. So I decided to go sit outside. And I got bored easy because there was these weird people that would go by and look at me. I don't know, it was these two girls in short skirts that came around the corner, and they had signs that said need money. They didn't have shoes on, their hair was all ratty. I didn't know what they were doing, so they scared me. So I walked back in, and I see a bunch of guys walk up to them, and I got scared, so I ran away. I went back in the store, in the Kroger, and I sit inside. I got underneath one of the buggies and barked at people as they went by.
I remember that. We were calling and everything.
I got in there and hid. That was fun. I love to think about that. I got in there and barked at them. And I fell asleep, to be honest. And I woke up and it was time for the Avon lady to get there. Well, I saw the Avon van pull up and I was so excited. I mean, I was just so excited, I didn't know what to do. So I stood there and waited for her to set her table up. And she came in, and you'll never guess who the Avon lady was. It was Thelma. Thelma Lou, and her husband Philip with the brain disorder. I wanted to squeak his head so bad my hands were shaking because I wanted to do this. But I knew if I did, Thelma Lou would smack me again. And I would get hurt again. And we have to call the cops. And they wouldn't do anything again. So, I don't know. I said, "You're Thelma, right?" And that's Philip. She remembered me. She remembered me. I was freaking out. I mean, I didn't know if she'd remember me or not, so I took a chance that she wouldn't remember me, but she did. I loved Kroger too, and I didn't want her to hurt me in there. She already hurt me in the mall. I didn't want her to hurt me in Kroger because Kroger, I had lots of good memories in Kroger. I did. Picking out the chips, and I don't know, I just love Kroger. And so I said, "Thelma, can I buy some of your Avon?" Well, she yelled at me and told me she never wanted to see my face again, and that she was the only one that had Avon for sale. So I went to Walmart, and I saw a sign that said Avon for sale, and I saw an Avon lady sitting over there. And I bought her out. I said, "You don't have Avon on sale. You're doing it illegal," because Thelma Lou told me that she's the only one that had it on sale. And that lady told me that Thelma Lou just likes to say that so people will only buy from her. And I realized that Thelma Lou's a bad person. She didn't like me because Philip had a brain disorder. And I like to squeak his head, he couldn't feel it. He never said he didn't want me to squeak his head. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Not me neither.
So I go back to Kroger and I tell Thelma Lou exactly what I think. I said, "That lady down at Walmart said that you was a mean person and that you only wanted people to buy Avon off of you and nobody else." And she just started yelling at me again. And I rubbed Philip's head. He couldn't feel it because he had a brain disorder. I squeaked it again and I ran away. She chased me down in her car. And she ran over me. That's about it. That's what happened.
Yeah. What time you gotta be over?
Thelma Lou and Philip. Great stories.